All right, we back. Another episode, Curbside College. What's going on out there? How y'all wallets looking? It's getting tough out there. I always bring up that financial stuff, man. We got to watch that money. Sometimes our pockets just be leaking. Anyway, last week I've been getting a little backlash about that comment I said about us being responsible for how these women act nowadays. I mean, that's just how I feel. I'm just one of them type of people who take accountability for the shit that go on in his life. So I just kind of think that everybody should start taking accountability. I'm not saying that it's totally our fault. I'm not saying that some of them just ain't bad apples and a lot of other shit didn't happen to them. But I'm just saying we got a part to play. But I'm not gonna go back in all that because that was last week's episode. We moving on. I'm surprised at the comment. I'm surprised at the attention that it's getting though. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate the things that's going on with my socials, man. Y'all being interactive, y'all commenting, y'all talking back, y'all DMing me. So I'm happy about that, man. I couldn't be more happy about that. Cause that's the point. That means I'm reaching people. I get a lot of support. I get a lot of backlash. I get a lot of people who just want to talk. So that's a good thing. Just a reminder, Curbside College is one of those shows that is meant to trigger thought to help improve the way we live as a community, as African American people. Not even just African American people, just people that come from the same community that we come from. Latino, it's some white people in there, Filipino, Asian, we all come from the same. A lot of us come from the same kind of communities, and if we make the same changes, we can start living better. So this is a communal thing. It's not necessarily a black thing, but I'm on that side. But every topic that I talk about is meant for you to tr- trigger a thought to move in a different direction. If you get what I'm saying, like everything I talk about is for the betterment. It might seem like I'm talking on some bullshit or I'm just trying to trigger a viral moment. That's not what I'm trying to do. Going viral don't mean nothing to me. I want the people to come here to trust me and know that they getting my thoughts and not no thoughts influenced by something else. You know what I'm saying? So always know Curbside College is one of those places where you're gonna get my true thoughts and they evaluate it with a positive and an optimistic perspective. So you can always know that. When you step up in here, when you step up in college, you know that you're gonna get 100% authentic nigga from our community. You know what I'm saying? So back to what I was thinking about. I had a conversation with my daughter. My youngest daughter is 12, and I like talking to her because she very articulate and she some a lot of the times she think about how she gonna respond before she do, and I admire that about her. You know what I'm saying? That's why I like talking to her, especially when it's just us. She don't got no distractions. You could kind of see how far she go in the thought in her eyes. So I was talking to her about money. You know what I'm saying? First of all, we got to start having more conversations with each other about money. You know what I'm saying? We got to demystify what what we think money is. You know what I'm saying? You have to really understand how money being used out here in order to have you a better life. It's it's how you spend your money. You know what I'm saying? We got to demystify the fact that we think money is really hard to come by because we equate our pockets with the time we spent to get it. The people at the top don't spend time to get money. They spend money to get time. So that's how we got to start thinking about getting money. We got to have these conversations with each other so we could demystify it. You know what I'm saying? These guys at the top, they see money like how a carpenter see a hammer, just to build something, just to create something. The money come, like I said in one of my episodes before, the money come with the game. If you spending the money on making more money or building something out here that's tangible, the money gonna come. And I'm learning that right now myself because I'm seeing it. When you start taking baby steps towards something that's tangible in your life, that you giving value to something and you want to get paid for it, or you trying to build something that in general that you want to get paid for, if you build it, they gonna come. You know what I'm saying? We got to demystify how we see money because it's hindering us. You know what I'm saying? We got to have more conversations with each other about what we're doing with our money, about what we heard somebody deal with their money, investments, real estate, and all that kind of stuff. We got to start sharing that type of information with each other because I don't know why people don't like talking about money. Everybody say they want money, but I don't understand why when it come up in the conversation, people kind of shut down and back off. Especially if you optimistic about getting it, people just kind of back up. It's like they can't see themselves having money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go into why I think that is, but we got to start bringing that type of situation to the forefront, because if we don't see ourselves having no money, we ain't gonna never get none. You know what I'm saying? We passing that shit down to our kids. Our kids be having big dreams when they little. But if we start teaching them the same things we know about money, it's gonna be the same thing over and over again. And we don't even fully understand it. We don't really fully understand money where we come from. You know what I'm saying? We just know we go to work, we buy, we pay bills, we have a little fun, and that's it. No, that's not how the people who successful in life using their money. Successful people not using their money to live. You know what I'm saying? They using their money to build things that allow them to have more money to live better. You see what I'm saying? And that's what we got to start having discussions about. You know what I'm saying? We gotta learn. We gotta start busting these topics down about what they doing with this money that's helping them be so successful. What it seems like so easy. I know it's not easy because I've been doing the studying on what these people doing with this money. It's not easy. It just take consistency. It take discipline, and it take understanding what really happens with the money. And that's what we got to them the type of conversations we got to start having. And one of the first things that I learned that can help you be in a better place financially is creating a fucking budget. A lot of our pockets leaking and we don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? You wonder why every time you get your check is gone because you leaking. You unconsciously spending 20, 40, and 80 and 120s without even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we look up and the money be gone. And then what being broke cause? Depression, anxiety, survival mode. You know what I'm saying? If we start learning how to work these budgets and start putting the money in the right place, your life could change slowly. It won't be overnight, but it could change. Because it started to change for me once I started to watch the money. I started to understand how much of a hole I really dug myself. Subscriptions, you know what I'm saying? Car notes and all this type of extra shit that you can cut. It's a lot of expenses in our life that we can cut, and you can start putting that money towards something else. It just is your ego gonna let you do it. Is your ego gonna let you cut expenses? Is your ego gonna not let you go shopping? Is your ego gonna not let you go to the club? That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the type of money, the type of fun I want to have, I can't even afford to have it right now. So I ain't got no choice but to grind. I ain't got no choice but to understand the money because the shit that I want to do costs. The type of shit I want costs. The shit I want to leave my kids costs. And if you want generational wealth, you got to be ready to put that generational time worth of hustle in. You see what I'm saying? And that's just the type of shit that I'm learning right now. Money is so uncomfortable to people, and I don't know why. This should be topics we talk about every day. You know what I'm saying? These should be stuff we talk about every goddamn day. We got to talk to our people about money. Because quiet is kept, not talking about money is one of the quiet things that keep us stagnant as a community and as a people and as an income class. Not talking about it and not knowing what it happens and what to do with it is something that's keeping us held back. I wish somebody tell me why nobody don't like talking about money. Every time you bring it up, they just shut down. I wish I knew why. I'm going to start asking people. Matter of fact, I'm going to do a case study. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do a case study. I might put it on my YouTube, put it on my Instagram. But I'm going to go get me a lavalier mic, and I'm going to walk up to random people, and I'm going to ask them why they don't like talking about money because we got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure this out. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, back to the conversation I was having with my daughter. She say some interesting things. She think you could just go to the bank and get money, like, you know what I'm saying? But when I actually broke it down to her what banks do, she couldn't understand why I used them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of us got that elementary understanding of banks. We don't really know what banks do. You know what I'm saying? Lower class communities use banks for storage of money. Higher income people use banks as a strategy. And that's the huge difference that we got to understand about the banking system. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand that these banks, okay, we got to understand that banks are for-profit businesses. One of the top misconceptions about banks is thinking that they there to help you. They can be if you're strategic when you're using them, but they for profit. They only get paid when you use their services. When they charge you fees, when they charge you interest, when you overdraft, them is the things they really want you to do so they can get paid. And them is the things that mostly happen in the incomes in the communities where we come from. You know what I'm saying? They make money off charging you to they make money off charging you to hold your money and to use your money in specific manners. That's what we got to start understanding about these banks. You know what I'm saying? My daughter said, if they why would you pay somebody to hold your money and you could just hold it at home? And that's really profound coming from a 12-year-old because that's the lowest common denominator of that situation. Why would you pay somebody to hold your money? That's what she said, and I couldn't believe her at her age thought about it like that. You know what I'm saying? Kind of shocked the shit out of me. You know what I'm saying? But banks, we got a real misunderstanding about banks. They advertise to you that you could trust them, so you don't question their charges, you don't question what they do. You know what I'm saying? And they really on the side of profit. I'm not gonna sit here and bash banks and say they don't got your best interest because if you a good client and you make them money without hindering yourself, they do got your best interest because you get them paid. But you got to understand that a banks is for profit. They only make money. They care about you having a credit card balance than they do you having $5,000 in their bank. They make more money off you owing them. You know what I'm saying? You seen them savings accounts yields that only be like 0.2 fucking point half percent that they gave you for holding that money? They want you to use their services. They market that they got their best interest that your best interests are hard, so you trust them and you get relaxed when they try to offer you shit. Of them overdraft, you wonder why people overdraft all the time and think it's nothing. You know what I'm saying? They charging you a good percentage of the money that you overdrawed on, and then we don't even know that overdraft is a profit system they created. So sometimes you being railroaded in the overdraft so you can get charged. These are the type of things that we got to start understanding about this shit, man. We have to start understanding what we doing with our money because we ain't gonna have none if we keep going in this direction. We are not gonna have none. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy to think that, you know, they built a system that could put us in a position like that. We literally take our money to the bank so they could lend it out and make money off of it. And then on the other half, you ain't gonna be able to. You can't spend no money because we move into it's gonna be hard for you to spend money if you don't use a bank. So we kind of cornered. You know what I'm saying? But that's why we got to understand what the benefits are for using the bank and put ourselves in position to be good candidates to use those services. Cause just because you've been at a bank for 10 years don't mean you building a relationship with them. They don't make money off they don't they don't care about how long you've been with them if you're not making them no money. Like I said, they care more about you having a credit card balance than you having money in your savings account. I can tell you that right now. It don't. Using their services and getting loans and paying them back and keeping your credit card and them making money is what builds you a relationship upstanding. You know what I'm saying? We think just because we've been with a bank for 10 years, they might give you a loan. No, you might still be at risk. You might have a bunch of little overdraw transactions or a lot of small transactions, no money in your savings account. You're paying your credit card back late. That's the shit that they trip on. And I'm sure we all know that. But you got to understand a lot of these services that they offer is and they offering it to you so you can build wealth, so you can be successful in what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? But if we don't understand that, we're gonna be toe up. Banks is not for storage. Banks is for strategy. Please understand that. Once you start understanding that, you'll start looking at banks different. When you walk in, they offering you all kind of shit. They nice to you. Hey, 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 hey. We have this. We have that. We have this. And a lot of times it's predatory. A lot of times these banks prey on lower income people because they know they ain't financially disciplined to build what they picturing they selling to you. Let me say that again. A lot of the times these banks are preying on lower income communities, selling you a dream that they know you ain't disciplined to see through. You know what I'm saying? Past they look at your fee behavior. They look at the things that they able to charge you for and they judge you off of that. Even though they made money, they making money off both ends. They making money when you do well and they making money when you do bad. So we got to start understanding that. You know what I'm saying? And it all starts with creating a budget. If we start creating a budget and we start putting money where it need to be and saving a little bit and living a little bit below our means, I'm not saying starve yourself. All I'm saying is watch where the money go, because 9 times out of 10 you leaking. 9 times out of 10 your wallet is leaking. It's going somewhere that you don't. It's going somewhere unconsciously that you're not meaning for it to go. Sometimes you could cut some shit. You know what I'm saying? We got to sit around and have these kind of conversations. That's one of the things Curbside College built on. Curbside College is built on. I'm a financial education enthusiast. I love learning about how money is moved around. And that's why I could see the problem in our community that people don't understand. People don't understand how this money moving. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. And the sooner we understand that shit, the sooner we understand how money is moved, the sooner we could get creative on how we move it around each other. You know what I'm saying? We don't even barely spend money with each other. That's the cold part. And if we do, we want a discount or something. We on there want to pay your brother full price, talking about you trying to talk him down. Man, get that man his money, man. You know what I'm saying? I could understand if you don't think the product or service worth it. That's a different thing. Then don't shop. But don't try to undercut your brother, man. Put the money in rotation. I had a conversation with somebody about rap music and how a lot of these artists don't want to charge for features but don't want to pay none. That's a crazy concept to me, because y'all done fucked up the money, the music, y'all done fucked up the ecosystem of the music in the Bay Area. Y'all fucked it up. We was having a good conversation about that, how the ecosystem fucked up. Rappers, they want to charge for features, but they don't want to pay for none. Imagine if everybody was getting paid and being paid. People would make more money. You would budget, you would pay, and everybody would be doing well because the money's circulating. But once everybody just want to rake in and don't want to give out, that's what fucks up the ecosystem in economies, period. You know what I'm saying? That was a good economic study for me to think about how people don't want to pay, but people want to charge. That's craziness, and that's not how business go. You know what I'm saying? That's not how business go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, a lot of these guys, talented, and I'm not just saying in music, in all aspects where money is being exchanged, you have to learn how to operate a business. You have to learn these terms. You know what I'm saying? If you don't learn these terms, you ain't going to understand the philosophy on how business is built and how people become millionaires or even 100,000aires. The reason why people failing is because they just selling shit. They not running businesses. And they not taking the time to learn how a business is ran. And that's a huge problem, because a lot of people in our community is selling shit. Shirts, clothes, food, you know what I'm saying? Products, all kind of shit. But they not running businesses, they hustling. We got to run businesses instead of hustle. We got to learn how to run these businesses. We got to learn how to structure good businesses and how to budget the money that comes in and goes out. Reinvestment, return on investment, overhead, you know what I'm saying? Profit and loss. Just all kinds of shit we need to learn. But I know half of y'all not going to take the time to learn that. You can always ask me if you don't know. You know what I'm saying? I help you. Cause when I start learning business, I understand what type of hole I dug for myself. When I start learning budgeting and how much money is a good profit, and what people spend on different aspects of creating a business, I understood how far back I was. When I understood how far back I was, I damn near started a new life learning business. I'm like, I've been doing this shit all wrong the whole time. The whole time I've been spending my money wrong, putting my money wrong. You know what I'm saying? thank God I'm a habitual saver. If I wasn't a habitual saver, shit, I'd be in a deep shit because I've been doing the money wrong. You got to do the money right. And the only way you can do the money right is if you learn how the money is moved around and what these banks offering you and what you're supposed to do with what they give you. You got to learn all that. And all that start and we could learn all that a lot faster if we start having conversations about it. You know what I'm saying? Well, it's time to get this money. It's time to get this money because y'all know y'all feel the pressure out there. Ain't no money really circulating right there. People holding on to everything. Y'all can feel it. People starting to make better choices with their money on how they spend it because shit tighten up and that money, that $20 don't spend the same as it used to. That $100 don't spend the same. So you could feel that money tighten up, but you still refuse to learn about how the shit is being made on a bigger level. I don't understand that either. And it starts by having a conversation with your brothers, man. How's the money being spent? Ask your partner what his saving strategy is. He might give you an idea. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about money, man. That's what we got to do. Curbside college, man. Curbside goddamn college. I'm watching and I'm doing the studies. I get a lot of what I study from the street, for what I see people do and say and move. You know what I'm saying? Our psychology is a whole nother situation. It's all toe up. Our psychology, how we think about shit, it's all toe up. But clarity comes with education. You understand more the more you learn. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay-Z said one time, y'all body language on remedial. Once you start learning, you 80% of what somebody say don't come out their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Body language, you have to learn how to do that. You have to learn how to read body language too. Some of us know how to do it to a degree, but if you start watching body language and you understand what you're looking at, you'll be a whole different kind of monster. You could be able to see it. You know what I'm saying? It's all good though. Curbside college, we out here. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here, man. I'll see y'all next week. All right.